Okay, serious question. Does your home have floors? Do they need to be vacuumed or mopped? Okay, well, then we should probably talk about the new Narwal Freo. Welcome everybody to AppleInsider. It is Andrew here, and my house, I swear, is a perpetual mess. I mean, my wife and I alone, we have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 bunnies, and we have a new miniature human thing, I think they call them babies, that is also running around on the floors, and no joke, vacuuming and mopping is a daily task that we need to tackle. Of all the different robo-vacs that are out there on the market, here is why the new Narwal Freo stood out for us. First, it's incredibly clean and efficient. There are 5 different cleaning modes. There's the Freo mode that can do a bunch of cool stuff that I'll get back to in a moment. You can vacuum and then mop. With a lot of dust bunnies, it may make sense to vacuum first and then mop. Vacuum and mop. For just normal cleaning, I generally run mopping and vacuuming together to get everything. Vacuum or just mop. Sometimes we have tracked in snow or salt and I just need to mop these floors. So I mentioned Freo mode. This is something that is unique to Narwal, and when you run this thing on Freo mode, it's going to move about your house and automatically detect how dirty the floors are. It can determine if you need to go and mop it a second time or a third time if it's really, really dirty. Plus, it can automatically change the pressure, the downward pressure of the mopping brushes based on the type of floor that it detects. So if you're on a tile floor, it can go ahead and press down harder because tile is tough. But if you're going over things like hardwood, it's gonna go ahead and ease up that pressure to not damage any of your floors. It also has this really cool feature called corner traps that uses this thing called Smart Swing. So basically, the robot is going down your floor, and you got a wall here, right? How does it clean or mop really close to the wall? It'll basically go up against it, and then it'll swing out to allow these mopping brushes to go like right up against it and clean super close to the wall to make sure there are no missed spots as this thing is vacuuming and mopping. Not only can it adjust the pressure while covering different floor types, but it can also adjust how much moisture, humidity, or aridity is in the mop itself as it's going over. So again, something like a tile can handle more moisture, but it may not want to put a bunch of water on top of a hardwood floor, so it can keep it a little bit more dry as it cleans those surfaces. Just incredibly smart and stuff that I didn't even think about when I'm worrying about mopping the floors. Here in our home, we're primarily having laminate floors, though some of the bedrooms do have carpet, which is great because this thing can actually lift up the mops as it is moving about the house. So as it travels long distances, it'll lift the mops so it's not cross-contaminating across the rooms. But then when it goes over something like carpet, it can also lift the mops. So that way it is not getting your carpets wet and can just focus on vacuuming them. It's really cool and I love this because if you have one of these vacuums that mops at the same time, moving between different surfaces like that can be a real hassle and you don't want your mops to be making more of a mess than they are cleaning up. So the ability to raise these automatically is just such a clutch feature. As soon as the Freo is done cleaning the house, it'll head back to its base station. Of course, any base station is going to charge up the robot, which is great, but it can also do other things, such as cleaning these mops here on the bottom. It'll back into the base station, and then there's this whole cleaning area, and it's gonna scrub the mops and make sure they are all clean. It'll also refill the robot with fresh water, so it's ready to go the next time it goes to clean your home. And once it's done like cleaning the mop heads, it can actually then blow dry the mops. There's like a strong version that'll just blow them dry nice and quick to prevent any bacteria growth. And it's really easy to remove that tray. Whenever that gets dirty, just slide it on out, wash it, put it back, good to go. Inside the top, there's also a clean water station and a dirty water station. Very easy to remove these and replace them when you need to. So I live in Ohio, and right now it is winter, which means we are tracking so much stuff into this house. You got like rainwater because apparently it rains in January. You have snow, you have salt, you have mud. All of this stuff gets tracked in. Not to mention that baby human that we have now, and I cannot wait for Harrison just to start also making a bunch of mess on the floor that this robot is gonna have to handle just like everything else. As that kid walks around this house, crawls around this house, keeping clean floors is fairly paramount. Speaking of the little one, this thing is also super quiet. In fact, the first time that I ran this around the house and it was actually cleaning, my wife asked me, is it working? Because it was so quiet compared to so many of the other robot vacuum cleaners that we have reviewed in our house. And when it goes to dry the mops on this thing, there's actually a silent mode that is incredibly quiet. It takes a little bit longer, but it'll make no noise as it dries the mops. The Narwal Freo app is incredibly easy to use. You can go ahead and choose the cleaning modes, what rooms to clean, how many times it goes over a room, but the thing is, it's not always convenient. There are times when something is going on and you just want to send out the vacuum, you don't have to pull out your phone. Fortunately, this really nice base station has a touch screen on it, so you can just swipe through to the cleaning mode that you want, tap it, and send it on its way, never having to pull the phone out of your pocket. Plus, let's not forget the amazing design of this thing. I love this all-white appearance of the vacuum itself. I just think it looks so sleek and nice. I love the little design textures along the top, and the base station looks incredible. I love how the vacuum can completely go in and hide, so it's not sticking out into the room. It's just all completely covered inside of that base station. Plus, the cover covers up the dirty water and the clean water, so they're not exposed to anything. It just looks like a nice, sleek, white appearance. Like it just looks like a clean utility product to have in your home. And there are even handles on the side, so you can pick it up and move it should you ever need to. Seriously, this vacuum is incredible. It is very easy to use, it has a ton of smart features built in, and it looks great. If you're interested in picking up the Narwal Freo, there's links for it down below in the description. Let me know your favorite of the features down below in the comments or on Twitter to Andrew_OSU. And thank you again to Narwal for sponsoring this video. I'll catch you guys next time.